Hello and welcome back to Michelle Holden Art Beyond Mixed Media. And I've been going through some changes, changing titles on my my Pinterest account. If you haven't been there, check it out, Michelle Holden Art. And welcome if you are here for the first time. And what you are seeing and what this video is about this week is continuing to learn about what I did during my 100-day project, which was 100 days of 10-minute art. And the more I look through, the more inspiring it is. Plus, it's my own art. I'm inspired by my own art. I'm not searching on Pinterest, though there's nothing wrong with that. Depends on your purpose and you have to discern, right? So I'm just going through. This was the second book that I needed, which started at day 68 and then ended up to day 100. But there's something I'm really attracted to in these. So it's the types of blues that I used with the warm. So here is this is phthalocyanine blue. That's a tricky one. With a turquoise or with a teal. And you can see some of it here mixed with orange as a highlight color, but the yellow oxide, neutrals, and of course black and white, and of course my gold pen. And here's a more intense with more of that blue, maybe some Payne's gray in here. And this is why I emphasize keeping notes, because oh yeah, I'll remember that color. Not necessarily, because we're using and we're searching through all of our piles that we have ready to go. We may not remember. Loving that one. And then, of course, this is a much lighter version of the same colors, but in a lighter value. So stick with me with this video. I know some of you might find it to be repetitious, but it isn't. It's how you can use your 10-minute, it doesn't have to be a 100-day project, how you can use your 10-minute art practice, 20 minutes, depends what kind of day it is. I'm trying to get back to it daily because I'm off for the summer and, of course, starting a new chapter as I'm retired and moving into being a full-time artist. And not a lot of notes written there. I know I have some, so practice what I preach, right? Yes. So this, so beautiful. So you'll see these, and when you do have a bunch, which are in a 5.5 by 8.5 inch, it's just 98-pound mixed media paper. It is just fine for what I am doing. And it's very doable. You don't have to think. I don't have to time myself anymore because that was my restriction for my project. But if I only have 10 minutes, this is what I can do daily. And I find when I don't do my daily art practice, I feel disconnected. So if you want to remain connected to your art, it's important that you keep up a daily art practice, no matter what it is for you. It could just be sketching. It could be whatever you're trying to focus in on. And that is, there's so many benefits from that. But this video is how I am maintaining and keep going past my 100-day project. So let's get going. So I'm going to place this somewhere where I can just glance at it. But I don't want it in front of me so much, so I'm just going to put it right over here to the right. And I need to move it over a bit more so it's not in the shadows at least. There we go. And setting up this table, I tell you, I know that if you missed the letting go with the video about me purging my studio, I'm doing it slowly as I'm trying to fill in stuff and empty stuff from my classroom into here. I'm going over and going to try to reorganize how I use the space. Anyway, that was a side. So let's get started. I plan to finish these 3 pages. This book, I called it during my project, The Spillover, is a 7 by 10, and it is watercolor paper, 140 pound. Much better. I prefer these over the mixed media. So I'm going to start how I started in my 100-day project, and if I feel the nudge or the feeling that I'm overthinking, I'm just going to grab one of my prompts. So you can get these. You can get them in a couple of ways. Go to my website, get access to my resource library, or sign up to my email list for the prompts. They are in the video description below this video. And of course, don't forget, give my 5-day free art course, Intuitive Layers, a try, just to get you started to see what you think. I will talk through the video a little bit. And I know right now I'll just do a think aloud because I'm so used to that during my teaching. What I'm doing is I am aware of what repeated marks I make. And I know that I want to change that. I want to evolve. But this is just a background to activate the substrate, and knowing that through my project, the 100 days, no page was the same. Colors were the same, but nothing ever turned out the same. And what I'm trying to go for is some more color. I do still believe in the limited palette, which this is, and I know I haven't even put my paints out yet because I've been so busy talking to you out there. And thank you for being here. And I hope you're enjoying the content and you plan and follow along. I must say, I am going to be starting a Create With Me series, which is going to be YouTube live videos. And I know in the email, I said it was Zoom meetings. It isn't. It's going to be YouTube live. So that link is in the video below. And it's going to be Tuesdays at 2. I think that's a popular time. I'm home now. It's so awesome. And I can't wait to just, who knows what's going to happen. I have several topics chosen. I don't know which one I'm going to be doing first, but it will be fun, especially when you create along with other creatives. I was going to do this one page today without recording. I said, no, I'm not going to record. And I thought, no, I should. Wow, look at the difference. I added all of that water and it took away I have to remember my elements here. The saturation. Okay then. Oh, I think we need a little pencil now. Now that it's slightly wet, it's not going to go on so well. Okay. I'm going to put my colors to the side, but first I'm going to show you what they are. As I started before, some turquoise, that very beautiful phthalo cyan blue. This is just craft paint, deep turquoise. The cobalt blue with the turquoise is really cool. unbleached titanium, yellow oxide, and transparent orange. It's pretty bright, so I only need a little bit. But before I put those colors out, I'm going to start with some black. Marks that I love. Marks that are me. And it takes time to feel comfortable or to discover the marks that you really resonate with. And I'm getting into these less of a circle, less of a line, but like an oval and scribbles. Using my other hand. Just a little water, not too much. Okay. I really like the pattern of the brayer. Okay. So now I'm going to just go right direct, and I'm going to veil. And I already know through the experience that this is what you'll build. And if you're a beginner here, welcome. And this is just simple marks, no outcomes. Actually, the more surprise, the better. My awl was on my other station. See how it just allows a bit more of the previous layer to come through. So what I'm looking for, if I'm getting better at explaining what it is a kind of energy created visually through color, pattern, line, and all of those other amazing elements. So right away, since there's some beautiful black lines in the background, I don't want to cover them up. I know I have a transparent piece here. It's in blue, but that's okay because that's what I'm going to add next. Now I'll react to a piece of collage, and what you want to be, the mindset, is present. It's like, oh, I'll be present. Oh, everybody's saying that's just like the big word. This isn't transparent, but I'm getting the two different blues ready. This is fluid medium with probably a blue right out on deli wrap or tracing paper. I'm not sure. Sometimes that's why we need to record and see those two together. I'm just getting my pieces ready. And then when you have a piece of collage, this is a multi-layered collage. So this is with a fine line applicator because it sticks out after, but I'm really loving this here because it has a bit of everything. Really liking that a lot. So since it's thin, it's the deli, I'm just going to use this. Now I'm not even bothered drying that white because I know it is probably dry enough already because it was so thin. And notice when you put this gloss medium, it brings out the intensity so much more. Oh, wrong way. And then it melts. So you're building up intuitive layers. Intuitive meaning you're just following your gut. But it's more than that. There's a lot more to it. It's a lot more. If you didn't check out my Instagram, I have posted so much that I've been learning what is really going on when we're creating. So what inspired is this horizontal approach. And that's all I'm going in a mixture of blues, and we'll see how much blue ends up. Maybe it'll be mostly orange with some blue. And this alignment, of course, because that's really what we're going for our true self, our true art, anything that's true. Oh, I love this, but it's a little big. And I don't like cut edges. Let's just tear it and see what happens. Oh, tearing on an angle now. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. You just know. Now, yes, it's covering up some of that beautiful orange or yellow oxide, but I can always come back in with another layer. And it's through those experiences that you learn. When I first started, I thought, oh, putting one layer down, that was it. It's like, oh, no. Now what do I do? It's finished. No, it isn't. Okay. Let's add a little blue first. Move that. Now this is the Liquitex fluid. Super. Especially when I only need to put out a little bit. It took me 100 days to figure that out. I was putting out way too much paint. That's what started the spillover pages, because I thought, man, I can't waste all this paint. What am I doing? Oh, yes. So then if I want it thinner, while it's still wet, give it a little spray. That's an eyeglass cleaner bottle. And I only want to go so far. And I'm noticing that there's drips. So you see, I'm responding. I'm trying to stay present. So I'll add a little bit more. And that's it. So I'll need to dry that with my dryer. And I always need to be careful because I have a pile of papers. I'll do that. And let's just see. So I'll just use a dabber. And there's some drips there, but patience. I don't have any right now. I just want to keep going. So you'll notice I'll just, if I have a real nice color that I love, I'll just leave this like a little piece. So it reminds me that, oh, I really need to put that in. This is pretty close. So I'm going to overlap. No, it's not. Way too dark. Okay. We need some white. And I will zoom in a few minutes once I get more layers on here. Okay. It's got a little bit more yellow oxide in there. I'm really enjoying mixing colors now. Straight out doesn't really cut it in cohesiveness, sorry, wrong word. It's whatever. And okay. So that is definitely close enough. And when you use a color shaper, this is how I like to use it anyway. Yeah. I also have a little brayer for my journaling, and it sort of lifts it. I can also put it a few other places. So now I'm creating like a patina, which I love, which was sort of in the background. Oops. I promised myself some new lights very soon. These are old school, but they really work. Oh, I love those lines under there. I don't want to cover them up completely. Oh. Okay. Here's this orange here. Beautiful. Okay. I'm just going to dry that up just a little bit. So far it's been 20 minutes, just a little over 20 minutes. And that is, I don't want to go any more than 30 minutes on an art journaling page. I don't know, it's just something that then I'm doing too much thinking. And I'm really liking putting in black, which the other one had a dark blue, but this one's going to be black. And I love it. There. There's a distance that I want to These color shapers are great for nice clean edges. There. See how it's caused some overlap? And I'll show you. If I was to it's almost like a shadowing. Then I'll go in with just a cloth. But not too much. So you got all this overlapping, which is very interesting. I'm going to glaze in there. I think I'm going to just, okay, let's see, without smudging it. I don't want it on the beige edge. Okay. And it's just the simplicity of these. Okay, so I'm just going to dry that again. Okay. Now, I also like playing with transparency and opacity. So I'm just wondering where this might look interesting. Or maybe just a little narrower. Mm-hmm. It's still tacky there, so I can't use my gold pen yet. Okay. These seem to be playing or fighting, vying for attention, so I'm just gonna do this. Push them back a little with some glazing. Oops. I didn't want to get that smudged, but... Oh. Uh-oh. Just to have the differences in blue, just so subtle. Okay, I think we're almost done. We just need... I forgot to get my paper towels beside me. Oh, crazy. Okay. There we go. Okay. Some gold pen. Okay, one more. Want to do that below in black. Okay, so that is 30 minutes and 39 seconds with pauses. That was so much fun. I love this. Let's take a look at them. Very similar feeling, maybe even message, but I love this overlapping. This is more square and rectilinear. I like the angles that turned out here. And of course this blue, orange, yellow oxide, different yellows. And I'm loving my larger shapes overlapping the space here. So I hope you enjoyed that. So that's another lesson in just keeping your art practice going, being inspired by your own work, which was a 10-minute art journaling page from my 100-day project. If you want to check out my 100-day project, I have it in its own category on the channel. So I'll leave that link in this video as the video related. And don't forget to sign up with Create With Me, which is going to be coming July 15th, Tuesdays at 2. And it will be weekly, and it should be lots of fun. If you sign up for the email, you'll get the notifications and what we're going to be doing, so that the topic, so you'll be prepared, especially if you want to create along with me. Also, my 5-day free course. I still haven't revamped it yet, but that's coming up. It is still very, very useful. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. And also, letters from the studio. If you're not interested in anything else, sign up for the letters from the studio, and I will see you in the next video. Happy creating.